Hello, everyone. I just wanted to do a sermon today. I'm going to be in Luke 13:10 through 17 in the King James Version of the Bible. And it reads, "And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and was bowed together, and could in no wise lift up herself." I was thinking about the woman that had the issue of blood. She pushed her way through the crowd, and it's always been God's plan for He should come unto me. That's pretty hard when you're like the woman with the issue of blood, or somebody that's got an infirmity, to push to Him. But that's what you got to do. So, and was bowed together, and could in no wise lift her up herself. And when Jesus saw her, He called her to Him, and said unto her, Woman, thou art loosed from thine infirmity. She'd probably been called a lot of things, but He showed her respect that she was a woman. I'm sure that young kids or people had made fun of her, probably to her face. But He said, thou art loosed. Not that you're going to be loosed. One day you're going to be loosed. But He said, thou art loosed right now. And He laid His hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God. And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation, because that Jesus had healed on the seventh day. And he said unto the people, there are 6 days in which thou art to work. In them therefore come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. The Lord then answered him and said, Thou hypocrite, does not each one of you on the Sabbath loose his ox or his ass from the stall, and lead him away to watering? And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years, be loosed from this bond on the Sabbath day? And when he had said these things, all his adversaries were ashamed, and all the people rejoiced for the glorious things that were done by him. This woman came to the synagogue 18 years, all bowed over. And here we are in good health. And of course, we've had the coronavirus, the COVID-19, the pandemic lately to hinder us. But when we get a chance, we should get to the church house. It said she glorified God. You know, if they loose animals, dogs, cattle, or whatever, horses or whatever, on the Sabbath, why should I spend the rest of my life tied up, depressed, taking nerve pills? She had a right to be loose too. But things begin in your thoughts. You're loosed in your mind. You can be loosed in your mind even if you're not loosed in your body. It doesn't have to bind your mind. Change and transformation comes in the mind. Proverbs 23:7 says, For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. It happens in your mind first. A lot of people know the word, but they don't know the author. Because like I've said many, many times, Jesus not only preached the word, but He was the word. It's in the mind that we serve the Lord. It's in the mind. It's the greatest battleground. It's the biggest conflict. It's in our mind. The enemy is after your mind. If you can whip it in your head, you can whip it anywhere. The enemy's not after your bank account or your CDs or whatever. He's just looking for a way to get into your mind. Some of us, even when we're not in trouble, Satan just he binds us up with just the threat of trouble. And let me remind us, warn us, or whatever, that we don't be in conflict with other people all the time. You know, people's going to have different opinions than we do, you do, I do, but let's don't be in conflict about it, uh, debating um, and all that kind of thing. Let's just uh, let's just be peaceful in mind. Well, what if she hadn't come to church that day? You know, when the next time comes that we can go to church, and we can, if we can, and we don't go, um, what if she thought, I'm hurting, I'm all bowed over, I'm too sick, nobody think a thing in the world about me not coming. Um, and when a woman like this comes, it kind of tests your patience with people that just miss over whatever, you know, a hangnail or just whatever the reason may be. And, you know, some just whine about anything. Don't get to sit on the front row or didn't get the parking place they want. I was servicing with a pest control company, and I had this place where they had older people, and on the manager's office it says no whining. Whines $5 a whine, I believe it said. So what if it cost us $5 every time we whine? We'd be a little bit more careful. And when we come to church, when we get up in the morning or whatever that's working for God, what is our excuse? And I've told this before, but I was in the Army, I was in a holding company waiting on orders, and they'd come down there in a deuce and a half, and they would pick us up, and they'd take us, we unloaded mattresses, we did different things. This time we were clearing brush. It was probably 10 or 15 of us went out there this morning, maybe on a couple of deuce and halves. We got off the truck, and they started handing out tools, shovels and axe and rakes and clippers and I don't know what all else. And we got off, and there were several of us there, but when it got down to it, there was only just a few of us that could work. They had what they call profiles. It's where you have a sheet from a doctor that says that you can't whatever, you can't bend, you can't stoop, you can't lift more than such and such weight. And when they whipped out their profiles, after that was over, there was just a few of us that could work. That's the way it is when we go to church a lot of times. A lot of people going in, a lot of people could work, a lot of people could help, but they start whipping out their profiles. You know, I can't work. I tell you, I just cannot get up in front of a bunch of people. I'm afraid of being criticized, and by the time they get through with their profiles, there's only a few that can work. What's your excuse? How come you can't work? And you know, I want to go to church. I always love to go to church. I always love the Word of God, because I could make it with a bad barber. Don't want to, but I ain't got much to lose right now. A bad mechanic, but I've got to have the right stuff in my mind. You know, I've been thinking, that woman, she operated outside that was bowed over, operated outside her comfort zone. Some of us need to come out of our comfort zone. You know, we keep talking about someday. Someday we are. Someday this and someday that. You know, Tom Hanks was in a movie called Castaway or what it was called, and he was marooned on an island. That's what that sounds like to me. Someday I, apostrophe LL, someday I'll do this and someday I'll do that. So you are marooned on someday I'll. Instead of ISLE, it's I, apostrophe LL. And you're neither here nor there. And I told you about the story about, I saw a cartoon, Sesame Electric Company or something I was watching with my kids years ago. And there was a man, and he was up on a hill, and he saw a man in the valley, and he said, I that man is there, and I'm here. That man is there. I want to go there. So he walks down that steep incline, gets to where the man is. He says, I'm there. And the man says, no, son, you're not there. You're here. He said, I'm here? He said, yes. He said, I thought I would be there. He said, there? He said, you see that hill where you just came from? He said, that's there, and we're here. So that's the way it is. You never get there. You know, you got to wait till you get 16, get your license. You got to wait till you're 18, and you got to wait till you get married. You got to wait till you're 21. You got to wait till you buy a house. You got to wait till you have a child. Then I'm going to come to the Lord. It never works that way. So I just thought about the woman that was all bowed over. And, you know, Satan would like to pick us apart. So I love you, and I care about you, and I wanted to do this for us. And I'm going to give you my phone number, 256-508-4410. If you call me and I can't get back to you right away, I will when I can. And just let me know what it is that you got on your mind that you need. And until the next time we do this, like I said, it's 256-508-4410. Until the next time we do this, may God bless you.